From split-second decision-making to facing relentless defenses on the field, a quarterback's job is no walk in the park. They deal with constant threats, and even the slightest injury can change the course of their career. But exactly how hard is it to play as a QB in the NFL? Come along as we break down the game, unravel the challenges, and dive into the science behind one of football's most sought-after positions. Let's kick things off by addressing the basic facts. If you've ever played football, you'll quickly realize whether you have the natural arm talent needed to step into the shoes of a quarterback. Contrary to popular belief, being a top quarterback isn't just about throwing accurately or having a strong arm. Having a strong arm is just the beginning of a lengthy test to see if you've got what it takes to shine in the National Football League. And the first step on a rookie QB's journey is mastering the mental game. In football, being a quarterback is like being the brain of the team. It's not just about throwing the ball, it's about understanding everything happening on the field. Meet Aaron Rodgers, a pro at getting ready for the game. While the Green Bay Packers have their team study sessions and practices, Rodgers goes the extra mile. He spends extra time studying the game by himself, tweaking and perfecting his moves, and when it's game day, you can see the results of all that hard work. For most fans, the excitement is on game day when they see touchdowns and big plays. But here's the thing, quarterbacks like Rodgers spend the whole week preparing, like playing a game of mental chess with the coaches. The cool moves and big plays you see on Sundays, they're like the grand finale of a week of careful planning and practice. So when you see a quarterback making awesome plays, remember, it's not just about that day, it's about a whole week of getting ready and studying. Playing quarterback in the NFL isn't just about having a strong arm or quick feet. It's a mental game that demands sharpness, focus, and intense devotion. In the world of football, having a high football IQ is like having a secret playbook for success. It's not just about knowing your position, it's about understanding the game at a deeper level. Take a typical play call, for example, red right 30 pull trap. Sounds like a secret code, right? Well, let's decode it. Red light sets up a specific formation with 3 receivers and 2 backs. Now picture this, split end to the left, a tight end, and a flanker to the right. The backs, a halfback and a fullback, strategically positioned behind the quarterback. Now the 30 in the call signals a toss play. The quarterback makes a slick underhanded toss to the halfback, and the O points to the gap the halfback will aim for. It's the space between the center and right guard. But here's where it gets interesting. Pull trap unfolds the blocking scheme. The backside guard, away from the flow of the play, pulls out to execute a trap block. In simpler terms, he becomes the lead blocker, guiding the running back through the gap and blocking any linebackers trying to thwart the play. It might seem like a lot to absorb, but this breakdown is just the tip of the iceberg of what a QB and his team can do on the field. As a quarterback, you're not just throwing passes, you're decoding a complex language of formations, play types, and strategies. Now, when teams are looking to draft new players, they need to figure out if a quarterback is mentally sharp and tough. They want to know if a player can think fast, make smart decisions, and put it all into action on the field. Unlike physical skills that you can see in videos of gameplay, mental sharpness is a bit trickier. Scouts need to sit down with the player and talk about football strategies on a whiteboard to really get it. It's like the quarterback's brain power, and it's super important for a team's long-term success. Since quarterbacks have a huge impact on how well an NFL team does, finding young players with this mental sharpness is the #1 goal. It's like building a foundation for long-term success in the league. But what exactly separates the elite from the average? Well, there's actually some science behind it. In the NFL, finding a quarterback with a sharp mind is crucial for a team's long-term success. Look at Peyton Manning. He wasn't known for the perfect spirals of a powerful throw, but he can make smart passes and read defenses. What set Manning apart was his brain. Watching lots of game footage helped him read defenses before the play, but it was his decisions during the play that made him exceptional. Manning could predict how a play would unfold, anticipate defenders' moves, and deliver the ball at just the right time, consistently. The real skill is needed in the middle of the field, where it's crowded with defenders. Manning's ability to hit crossing patterns and execute rub routes showed he understood the defense, picked the right receiver, and made accurate throws for more yards after the catch. Quarterbacks who can target the center of the field stand out. Those who can't might struggle against clever coaches and defenses. And it's not just about what happens on the field, it's about staying focused. Being smart is one thing, applying that knowledge in a split second is another. Successful quarterbacks cut out distractions, focus on what matters, and make game-changing decisions. The quarterback's world in the NFL is lightning fast, with decisions to be made in just 1.5 seconds. It's a mental challenge that requires trust in one's choices, the belief in executing the throw, and the accuracy of making it happen. Swagger is a must, not just for the quarterback, but for the entire team to rally behind him. And let's be honest, what works in college may not cut it in the pros. Running or checking down every time the first choice play fails isn't an option. Instead, quarterbacks need to read the defense, predict movements, and audibly change plays on the fly. Practice and preparation are crucial, and intense coaching at the NFL level can elevate all starting QBs. The true test, however, lies in how these quarterbacks handle the constant stream of information. The Wonderlic test, often part of the NFL scouting process, is a unique challenge. It's not about difficult questions, but the speed at which 50 problems need to be answered. And since most of them are word-based with some multiple choice, it can be a challenge. The test includes sections on spelling and math that may seem unrelated to an on-field performance. Picking out misspelled words or identifying which math problem doesn't equal 66 might not directly reflect a quarterback's ability. It's an unusual test that doesn't always align with a player's success on the field, so let's focus on what actually matters. Quarterback pattern recognition, or QBIQ, is a complex mental process that involves the brain recognizing micro-projections in the environment to make predictive assumptions. This is crucial for a quarterback's conceptual understanding, pattern recognition, reaction time, and decision-making. Imagine the quarterback scanning the field, assessing spatial relationships, and predicting likely outcomes based on route concepts and play goals. As the ball is snapped, the QB evaluates the position relationship between receivers and defenders. The brain shifts focus to the initial read, processing a wealth of information in a fraction of a second. For instance, the QB predicts the linebacker's behavior by analyzing subtle cues like shoulder slant, weight distribution, and head orientation. This prediction happens in a split second, allowing the QB to make decisions rapidly. The QB also predicts receiver leverage based on defenders' alignment, collecting data on defenders' body position to anticipate their reactions. In a matter of tenths of a second, the QB navigates through this prediction loop, making decisions on whether to pass or adjust based on the evolving situation. The QB's ability to process complex information swiftly and make accurate predictions is a key factor in successful pattern recognition. With that said, let's address the elephant in the room. Is quarterback the toughest position in football? If there's one thing NFL executives and fans agree on, it's that playing quarterback, be at any level, is the most challenging position. Whether it's the pressure, the responsibility of being a leader, or the overall talent required, quarterbacking is universally recognized as the toughest gig in the game of football. Being an NFL quarterback is arguably the most demanding job in sports, requiring mastery of the playbook, understanding teammates and opponents, and navigating the pressure from media and fans. The scrutiny is unparalleled, and the quarterback essentially is the team, especially with the game favoring offenses. The ability to handle this information overload distinguishes the very talented from the great. Being a QB goes far beyond physical skills. It's about mental acuity, pattern recognition, and the ability to make split-second decisions. So the next time you watch a game, appreciate the quarterback's role beyond throws and touchdowns. That's it for this video. Do you agree that being a QB is the toughest job on the gridiron? Let us know in the comments down below, and hit that like button if you're enjoying this deep dive into the game. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.